Hello, my good friends. How is everyone today? Good to see you all. Appreciate you coming in here. Spending time on your Saturday with us means so much. Thank you, guys. Let's do our familiar thing here and say hi to everybody. See who placed where. So we got Big Rob. He's finished in P1. Very nice, sir. Excellent job. We are gonna have fun, by the way. Number 2 in P2. So that's quite good. It's good to see you, daughter. Steven Sills rounds out the podium. Good looking podium there, everybody. Polly Mazda P4, 4th place MG for you. Yes, it was not 11:15 p.m. That's me. People try to the work and the life tried to wreck me this last week. I am really tired. I slept. I woke up today. I took another nap before the stream. I took just totally. So yeah, I think I'm feeling better now though. I finished my coffee. I have a Monster. I have my water. We're doing okay now. We'll get through it. No problem. Let's say hi to Arrow. Good to see you. Listening and lurking in your car. Very cool, bud. Thank you. Ghost Metal. Great to see you, man. JV. Good to see you all. Good to see you. Bannister Gaming. Great to see you as well, man. There's SQ Games, our guest here, which we'll get to in just a moment. Hello, Stream Elements. Great to see you. Berube and Yost, great to see you guys. Appreciate you coming in here at the beginning. All right, so let us get started here and bring in our good bud, Sqirrel. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good this morning.
That's great. Appreciate you coming in and requesting a Learn with Lead. So we could start in a number of places here, but let's begin with your with how you got into racing and where you started and how you ended up all the way into GT7 here.
Okay. When I was a kid, my dad was a track champ back in the 70s at our local track. In fact, my dad ended up building a house out there, so we were a quarter of a mile away from the track, and it closed down, opened back up in the 80s, and went there for the races, or we went up to Ashland, Wisconsin for stock car races. So there's always been a passion there. My family is like, you go to Christmas and it's old NASCAR races on TV. So it's my side of the family definitely has a lot of racing background. My uncle races modifieds right still today. And
Really?
then, yeah. So, and then when I got out of school, I just seen Gran Turismo 4, and it was, this is supposed to be the best game, so we picked up a wheel, and made a cheap little rig and started racing from there. And once that wheel didn't work anymore with the PlayStation, I just took a huge break until probably 10 years. Took a break, and then last year and a half, 2 years, I've been back at it, and now I'm on my second wheel already.
So let me slow you down just a little bit because there's a lot of cool details there.
Yep.
So you grew up how far from a racetrack?
It was quarter mile.
Quarter mile. So you could walk there if you wanted.
Yep. That's typically what we did, was walk down to the end of the block and go watch the races.
Could you pretty much hear it? I mean, you could probably hear it all from your house, huh? I mean, it's being that close. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and then when you said Gran Turismo 4, you said you got a wheel for the Gran Turismo when you were playing 4.
Yep.
So that's like really early on.
Yeah, that was the G27. So even before the G29.
Wow. So was there feedback? Like, what was happening?
Oh yeah, there was feedback.
Okay.
There was feedback. Everybody's like G29. After I got it, everybody's G29's the wheel, but I don't know. I felt the feedback, and that's what hooked me, because then I could keep listening to the tires of what they're doing, and having that feel in that wheel. You can really read a lot what that car's telling you. So it's very fun back then. Guys would come over after work, and we set, time trials and stuff, you know.
Yeah, kind of try to beat each other.
Yep.
That's fun. That's way cool. Yeah, that's quite a while. So then, after GT4, what happened then?
We played 5 for a while. I think that's it. In fact, in 5 was when you could, in a race, you could talk to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I remember meeting a lot of people back then, and some of their racing history. It was really fun learning about, and just learning from them. But, you know, the BOP was never there, so it just, everybody's tuning stuff, and I'm not a tuner, you know. I just want to hop in and go. And
Yeah.
But yeah, then after that, that G27 didn't work with the next PlayStation, so and I didn't have the money to get another wheel, and I've tried it with the controller, and I can't do it.
It's pretty rough, yeah.
But the guys that can, a lot of props to them, because that's something I just can't figure out.
Yes, gotcha. Yeah, man, very cool. So today you have GT7. You have what equipment are you using now?
What we're using now is the Fanatec DD Extreme with the V3 pedals, and then I picked up Next Level Racing GT Tracker 2.0 rig. So
man, oh man. So that's the dream setup right there. At least if you ask me, that's the dream setup. So
it is, and the chair that comes with it is actually really comfy. Like, I have no problem sitting here for 6 to 8 hours at a time.
Very cool. Very cool. What was I gonna ask? Oh, so how long now have you had this setup?
Since, well, the rig before, yeah, the rig was a little bit before that, but the wheel and pedals, probably a year now.
Okay, gotcha.
So
that's a good amount of time, because it's one of the things that I always wonder about sometimes from a guest is, what equipment are they using? How long have they had it? Because I really do feel like familiarity with your equipment makes a big difference. No disrespect to anybody else, but we've had people on where they've changed wheel 3 times in a year, or 2 times in a year even, and so they've only had the wheel they're using at most, for 6 months. Sometimes it's 3 months, and to me that's often still like the learning period. You're still really trying to understand everything that the wheel is telling you, and not only that, you're learning how to respond to that correctly. So it's good that you have that much time under your belt for sure. Very quick, need to say hi to Samo and JV. Dave, great to see. Yeah, I got the time wrong, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. What can I say? And then Steven Sills is a member for 13 months of the Stud Club. That's pretty cool. You've been a leadhead for 13 months. That's pretty cool, man. Thank you, bud, for your support. If you haven't thrown up a stud emoji yet, folks, please do that. You need to throw up some stud emojis. So you said you go up to Ashland. So you're a Wisconsin guy, right?
Yep.
And still live there now?
Yep.
So now you're on the west side of
West side, West Central.
West side.
So
yeah, West Central. Okay, so closer to the Minneapolis area.
Yep.
But you grew up close to Ashland, is that right?
Yeah, about an hour away. So, wasn't that bad to ever go up there for the races.
Right. So I have to talk to you. We didn't talk about this on when we did our sound check, but I want to talk about the snow. Okay, I want to talk about the snow. So it's really close to Lake Superior. You have to have gotten like some significant amount of lake effect snow up there.
Well, being an hour south of there, you're kind of right on the border. So sometimes you may get a dumping, or sometimes it'll just miss you.
I got you. So, I love that you said a dumping. It's just a dumping. Yeah. So explain to the folks, because I've experienced some of the lake effect stuff, being up there myself. Not quite where you were, but over more east. and explain to the folks what a dumpin means. Like, how much is a dumpin?
We're talking probably at least a foot, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and it just comes down all day and heavy.
Heavy. Some of the biggest flakes you've ever seen, right? Like, I think we need a different word for flake, snowflake. Like the Eskimos have. I've heard Eskimos have, like, bunches of words for snow, depending on what kind it is. But when you get, like, clumps of snow coming down that is almost as big as a golf ball, like...
Oh, yeah. You know, I've
just
seen them just massive
pounding.
flakes like that coming down.
So what's the worst storm you've ever experienced up there? If you have one that sort of stands out to you.
Geez, I don't know. It probably was like, it's probably 10 years ago now. Down here where I am now, we had so much snow that winter. Like, the snowbanks, I'm not kidding you, were like on the corners over 10 feet tall. And,
Goodness gracious.
But then like down the whole boulevard, you know, probably at least 5 feet tall. I mean, you almost couldn't see over them.
And that was not one storm, that was just a cumulative multiple storms in a row?
Yep.
And
I think the snow stayed till almost June before it disappeared.
That's incredible. That's and it's because it stays so cold up there, right? I mean, it just doesn't have a chance to really melt.
Right, yeah. That helps keep temps cool during the spring and stuff. But yeah, summers you'll maybe have 1 or 2 weeks that it's up by the hundreds, and that's about it.
Right, and that's the other thing that I was so surprised living up there. Like it'll stay below freezing for weeks, and then during the summertime you get in the 90s, mid 90s, upper 90s sometimes, where all that I don't know if it's Arizona air or what that just comes up and says, "Hey y'all, how's it going up here? We're gonna heat things up for a bit." But that's pretty amazing. So I always joke with folks that, you know, I think northern Wisconsin folks, you guys got some serious character up there because of the cold and because of the snow. Like it builds character like few other things can in a society. And I found that you folks up there, of which I was a part of for a little bit, you're hardy people, very hardy people. I love you guys up there.
Oh yeah.
See, we don't have the cold here. I mean, we have weather swings in Maryland. What I say it builds character for Marylanders is crabs, because you have to work to get the crabs open, and it's hard work, and then you get your reward of crab meat, and so that's what builds character around here.
Sure.
Gotta say hi to Ramboy. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being a member of the Stud Club for 5 months, sir. Appreciate you, Ramboy. All right, well, that's some fun stuff there. So let's talk about today and what we're getting into. So we have moved your session up. This was originally going to be a couple weeks from now, right? To prepare for the GTEC race that's taking place at Bathurst.
Yep.
Okay, so your car for the series is the 296. How many more weeks or months is the series going?
Shoot, next week's our race at Suzuka. Then on September 19th will be the Bathurst race here that we're racing. But after that, then I think we have another 3-week period where we don't race. Then it's Daytona, Interlagos, the Nürburgring, and Monza. Monza will be the last one. That's an 8-hour race too, and that'll be on November 28th.
Okay. So quite, yeah. We're definitely talking months at that point. Then that's pretty awesome. You are the second person to approach me about doing a Learn with Lead focused on a GTEC race, so that's pretty fun. I know many of you guys, or maybe some of you guys, are also involved. It's a pretty big production. Like there's 60 plus of you, right, that are racing. or is it more than that?
No, there's like 150 I think that were
Oh,
entered for the season. So that's broke out over nine different lobbies.
yeah.
And with their elo rating, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping us real equal in our lobbies together.
Yeah.
So
So the competition feels quite even, is what you're saying.
yeah, like when the last race, I think we were all qualified maybe within a second, maybe just a little bit more. But I mean, it was really close between
Wow.
all of us.
That's at Monza. You're talking about?
Yeah, Monza.
Man, that's incredible. Um, so so you have the 296. That's what you're going to be stuck with for the entire duration, right?
Yep.
And do you have a teammate as well, or is it just you?
It's just me. I'm just running solo this year. I tried looking for one, but it never happened. So we just went solo. Maybe when season 2 comes,
Mm-hmm.
we'll find somebody that can run with us. I know Rusty's good, and
Yeah.
maybe he'll end up being my teammate for season 2 if he decides to stick with it.
Yeah. So do teammates have to run the same car? Is that how that works?
Yep. Teammates run the same car,
Interesting.
and you run in the same lobby. So.
Oh, you're definitely in the same lobby then. Okay, interesting.
Yep.
But there's rules against like helping each other out, right? Like you can't be bump drafting and that sort of thing.
Yep, you can't bump draft, but you could obviously keep swapping off and keep giving each other pulls down the straights, if you're working together.
Sure, right. So, I mean, there's not you can't say stay out of the guy's draft, right? So, yeah,
Yep, right.
cool, very cool. So, are you enjoying the experience so far?
Yeah. The only part I'm not liking is afterwards when my wrists are killing me.
Yes. Dude, the endurance races are just absolutely nuts. They're really rough. So, quick fun fact: the longest race I ever did, which was a 6-hour race, I did here at an event that Rory put together, and I chose the McLaren. And yeah, I was pretty spent after that one. And it started for us. It started 4 a.m. I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I took the day off, and because it was a Friday, and I just man, but I was okay. I was fairly pleased. This was before I was streaming or YouTubing or anything. This was well before that. So but I think I finished sixth or fifth. Can't remember, fifth or sixth. Yeah, so
Not bad.
not bad. Um, so that's pretty neat. Real quick, need to say hi to Mustang. What's Gucci, bud? Good to see you, friend. Steven's gonna miss the Bathurst race. That's a bummer. Oh yeah,
Oh.
we didn't talk about that. I mean, I don't think it's too big a deal, but BL is wondering why Sqirrel has no U in it.
Just, it wasn't possible to take that name at the time, so we just dropped the U.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why you chose that particular animal in any way?
Well, I came down here to go to school to be a lineman, to work on the power lines.
Ah, nice.
And, we got to climb the pole. So, I was one of the first ones that got up the highest, and they're like, look at him, he looks like a little squirrel
Little
up
squirrel
there.
up there, and it's
So
stuck,
it just stuck from there.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a cool little tidbit. I like it. So, are you still a lineman now, or have you moved on?
DUIs don't let you move on, so can't drive the big trucks if you got one. So, unfortunately, living in Wisconsin, we like to drink, and yeah, I messed up once or twice, and
No, that's a shame.
But it's all right. It worked out for the best for me. It probably would have been too hard on my body, because I do have some prior injuries. So everything worked out good. I'm happy where I am at in life right now, and this game actually is helping me with that.
Yeah.
Because I've been really wanting to quit drinking or cut back on it, and this, if I come home and I put 2 hours on this after work or something, then that urge isn't there so it really helps me out with that.
Replacement.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's cool. You know, I appreciate you just sort of sharing that with us. That's not something we expect here on Learn with Lead necessarily, but appreciate your candor. And we're all, you know, they're all things that we have to fight. And
no, yeah,
it's you know it's very real to hear that coming from a fellow GT7 enthusiast.
yeah. I mean, trust me, drinking and driving in this game doesn't work like it does in real life either. So,
Right.
um, so it it means a lot to me to try and back it down, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Got it. Let's see. Drive me to the library. My wonderful wife says, considering the humans she was surrounded by, believing in a squirrel seems like a reasonable plan. This is a quote from some book. I don't know what book it is, but I mean, my wife's very interested in books. She's read, I think her counter has 41 books. She's read 41 books this year so far, so she's
Oh, wow.
quite the book enthusiast. Chris Wood, good to see you, friend. I'm in the R8. It feels like there's a hippo in the trunk. So Chris is doing the you're doing the GTEC as well. Oh, that's awesome. R8 feels like that's incredible. Okay. Well, so yeah, that's it gives everyone that's watching right now, it gives you the lay of the land for what we're working on today. And this is a few weeks early because technically the next event is at Suzuka, but we do get an opportunity to do this here. You definitely wanted help with Bathurst because of some specific things, right, that you're dealing with. So why don't you tell us why this track and so forth?
Well, this is probably one of my worst ones. It's the undulations, you know, how that road keeps changing and stuff, and doing that in the corners that really throws me off my game. And I do see that in other ones too, like, you know, at Luna Seca and stuff, where you have those changes and elevation changes. Making the turns. I don't know if I'm handling them right. You know, I always see myself too on a lot of tracks where I'm losing out of the corner.
Yes.
So I'm probably coming in too hot, and I need to slow it down more so I can get that better run out of there.
Yeah, I got it.
But it's a lot of stuff like that, and with the car I've chose, you know, maybe I'm making it a little harder on myself, especially like coming down the hill. Like you said, it gets really loose and wild on a guy, and to be able to tame that and keep it under control,
Yes.
can be a lot of work.
Yes, for sure. Any MR car going down the mountain is gonna struggle to keep the car straight because the back end, it's very steep. It's incredibly steep down here. We don't always see it in the game when we're moving fast through it, but I mean, one of the things that's amazing to do actually is just to turn around at that hill and just go up it, and you start to realize, wow, this is a lot of work for the brakes and the tires, and no wonder the back end kind of comes out on you at times.
Right.
So yeah, that's significant. All right, that's good stuff. So let's go ahead and let's start going around here now. We've just been sitting here, so our tires are ice cold. Let's go ahead and head back to the pits.
Yeah.
Get some fanciful fresh rubber and come back out. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do, I'm sorry, I wanted to see if this was going to work now rather than later. So hang on. I'm going to initiate a share screen with you briefly.
Sure.
I just want to see if this will work for our purposes later. Hang on one moment. All right, so sending you the invite now.
View in multitask mode, full screen?
Full screen is what you'd want.
Okay.
Okay, I'm assuming this will not work, but I'm just gonna make sure. Now where do I go? I think I have to do this. Now at this point probably is when you can't see anything, right? I think. Media. Why is this? Oh, that's why I'm in the wrong place. I haven't done this in so long. Where's my stuff? Bear with me, folks. Friend activity. What is this? That is old? What in the world? Sorry. How is this old stuff here and not what I just did yesterday? Oh, you know what I could do? Hang on. Okay. Can you see this? Are you able to see my my run?
No.
Okay.
It says please wait still at the top.
Okay, thought so. So yeah, so this is my. So what I might have us do, because this will be pretty pertinent. I might have you watch the stream and listen to me talk about what's happening on this lap. Because I don't have an actual save replay to go over it with you, but I think this will be beneficial for later. So, okay, so we know what to deal with there. We'll see if we need to do it as well. Might not be necessary. Okay, let's go ahead and start heading around the track here.
Okay, I gotta get out of this.
Oh yeah, just exit. If you hit O a bunch of times, it should just pop you right back out.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, so we'll play a little follow the leader here, and what we'll do is we're gonna take this at, you know, pretty chill. We're not gonna try set any record lap times here. We're just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna focus on the racing line that we're trying to go for. Okay. And you know, especially going up and down the hill, there really is one good line. And feel free to be up as close to me as you want.
Yep.
Hate that thing. So one thing about the Dipper, I did find that a third gear exit made things simpler, but I'm guessing because you're in automatic, so
yep.
it's probably making you do first or second in that part.
Yeah, I'll have to look when we get going. Tires are a little cold there still.
Yeah, we're in the 50s according to my app. Rusty Shotgun, good to see you, man. Now, Rusty was the learner with lead that you saw that kind of drew you to asking for a learner with lead for yourself, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about it, looking for help because it just feels like I've been plateauing and I'm not seeing what I need to do different to get those extra couple of seconds, and I know Rusty's in there, and I'm like, you know what, if somebody that much higher up than me is doing it, you know,
yeah,
or like even the guy last week, 15,000 races.
right.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's a lot of time on good old Drivens. He's got a lot of time on his hands if he can do that many, for sure.
Oh yeah. So coming up over that little hill there,
Mm-hmm.
I always give it a little lift. Um, so I can, cause like it seems like when I do that, then it lets up on the car, it settles back down in the
Yes.
front, and then I get it turned to where I want to go, and then I can ride that corner pretty much full throttle through there.
Yes. Especially in the softs.
Yeah.
All right. So tires are getting closer to being up to temp. So I'm gonna go like 50 on this next lap. I'm gonna go 50% speed, and I'm just gonna kind of narrate what we're gonna be trying to do at each corner. Okay. I might stop here or there if I fall behind on my narration.
Sure.
But I'll try to let you know if I'm gonna do that. Okay, so turning with the pole on the right there. That's what the turn in should be. Up here, we're trying to get on the throttle nice and early, because you have this long flat out section here. For this corner coming up, I'm looking for the escape road on the left as a brake marker. Gonna try and just sort of turn just before the marshals on the left, and then back on the throttle. Right here, we're gonna come over here. If I feel like I'm taking a little too much speed, I'm gonna lift a little bit, but then brake on the tree on the left. Got a nice wide angle on the throttle before the apex. And through here, so we're gonna slow it down even more. Here, the whole thing through here should be taken flat. In the softs at least. Right here, you wanna keep wide, miss this apex right here, get the car as wide as possible. Then back, and the car should hook up and take you all the way there. And like you said right here, we do a little lift before the curb.
Yep.
Then back on the throttle. Should be able to carry very good speed through here. Now I'm going to park it at the top here, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to stop right here. Now, one of the main things about this descent is your consistency on the previous turn. So, and the previous sequence. A lot of people kind of think, well, you know, I just got to really nail this downhill, got to brake just right and do everything just right, and you do. However, if you are inconsistent at the top of the mountain that we just, you know, that whole section that's flat out, if you're inconsistent there, it's going to mean that you enter this braking zone here at different speeds. And that's going to hinder your consistency going down the hill, because maybe you're braking too much or too little, depending on how well or how poorly you take the previous sector. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it is a track that demands a whole lot of focus, and which is a shame in a 6-hour race, but it really does. And so to me, I find that you have to be on high alert for almost the entire sequence of the track, except for the bottom part, you know, around the pit area, where you can kind of relax a little bit more. But everything else is just got to be locked in, super hyper focused, so that you don't make any silly errors that can wreck your race, but at minimum, you know, at best, it's just gonna hinder your consistency. So I want to make sure that we're on the same page for the downhill, because this is where the money is made or lost. So as soon as you get nice and wide, that's your start. So you get nice and wide, your left side of the car should be just about touching the white line on the left there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then once you get under this sign, this is where you begin braking. Okay. Now, you'll go ahead, when you're on the hards, when you're on the mediums, you'll need to back that up some. But
sure.
But for this offs at least, this is where you're going to do it. The objective is to brake in a straight line only through this descent. Okay. So we're just gonna and it's kind of a dance through here with the car. So we're gonna brake in a straight line from here to here. Okay, then as we turn, we're gonna lift off the brakes. You might still be on the brakes like minimally, but you're not gonna be hard on the brakes. And then you're gonna be on the brakes again in this straight sector. You're gonna be off the brakes while you turn, and then as you're in this straightening part right here, you're on the brakes again.
See, because I think from the top of the hill to probably here is where I'm braking to, and then I give it a little gas and then tap on the brakes again here coming into this corner.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, gotcha. Right about here, you want to be in first gear, and the most important thing is to keep it tight to the right. You may get on the, depending on how much speed you've carried, you might get on the throttle one more time. But but this is, you know, if you get any wider than this wall, it's just a really bad time. you're not gonna be able to get what you want. Man, I can't get the car to stop. It actually is just ooching forward. Hang on, let me back up just a little bit. I tried the handbrake, I tried the brake brakes, like nothing was stopping it. I guess if I'm in reverse, then it won't go down. That's cool. So so you're keeping it tight over here, and what's really important is you keep the weight shifted. You get the weight shifted right here. Okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna have been turning to the right, and then you're gonna be whipping the steering over to the left. Okay? Then, so what you're going to try to do is get the car oriented just like this. This is, you can be more over than that, but it's probably not going to work.
Okay.
I find that this is probably the sweet spot right here. You'll see that the weight will have transferred to the right side of the car. What you're trying to do is straightening this exit as much as possible, because if you have your wheel turned too far to the left, then that's when the back end's going to come out on you. Okay, now you're in an automatic, so I'm guessing the car is probably going to keep you in first, maybe second gear. We'll see what happens when we watch later. But I would say, you know, for anyone else that's watching and doing this, perhaps in a while. At least with this car, third gear is definitely, I think, the way to go. Second is just a little bit too outrageous for me to try it. Unless I've overslowed, then I might exit in second. But if I've done it right, then third is where I want to be. As you come down, then you'll get the momentum should take you all the way to this side of the track, and then over to this side. You're going to be here, and then you're going to keep the car tight to the right, be on the brakes a little bit, and then once you see the blue on the right there,
yep,
that's when you're hard on the brakes in a straight line all the way down here. You're going to turn with this, with the curve there, orienting the car like this. You see where the blue, come on car, stay put, where the wall on the left, you see how it doubles in height?
Yep.
That's your acceleration marker.
Okay.
Okay. This is Forest Elbow, and this is one of the, I think for me, one of the hardest turns in the whole track, actually, because you want to be on the throttle really soon because you have the long straight and the chase coming up. But it's a blind exit. You can't see it. When you're on the throttle, you cannot see where your exit should be. So that's what makes it pretty tough, okay? So you're on the throttle, you tighten, and then you widen, and out you go. A small thing, but, you know, over the course of 6 hours, something that I think is really relevant is just keeping the tires nice and happy. So one of the ways you can do that is just get the car over to the left here to straighten this. Just be nice on the front tires. We're looking for this S and sign on the left, on the right there. We're gonna get a nice wide entrance, maybe just graze the inner curb there. You should be on the throttle again once you're at the curb. That should be where you're at your slowest. Okay, and then we're gonna use the imaginary 75 board, be on the brakes, turning with the road as the grass goes away on the right, and then back on the throttle. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go around the track. I'm just gonna go, you know, maybe 70% speed. I'm gonna do that line that we just talked about throughout everything. Okay, I just want you to use me as your ghost for a bit.
Yep.
And, you know, give me feedback as far as how things feel. If you're able to replicate the line that I'm doing, or if you're having trouble doing it. So here we go.
Okay.
Hey there, Edward E. Good to see you, friend. Little bonk. Curse you, Dipper. All right, very good.
Yeah, that dipper, I always seem to fall out to that left side where, like you're saying, I should stay more to the right.
Yep, that's gonna be huge. You're gonna have to be able to put that on repeat, for sure.
Yeah.
Doing okay, Edward. It's been quite the week, but it's Saturday now. For those who haven't heard, we are on vacation next week. I do plan to be streaming Monday because we will have not left yet. But next week there is no Learn with Lead. The coaching course on Tuesdays is also no coaching happening there because I will be halfway towards our destination by that point. Ooh. One thing, don't get the car on the inner curb there.
Yeah, it does get unsettled real easily on curbs. I've noticed that with the Ferrari.
That one in particular kind of wrecked me a couple times. Steven, we're taking my boy to college in Florida. His first year, he's leaving. It is sad, but happy at the same time. Franco, good to see you, friend. All right, let's go one more time. Oh, pardon me as I totally spin the car.
Yeah, that's all right.
The other thing about this stinking track, so dang narrow, can't turn around.
Yeah, I had that issue earlier this week when I was practicing. It's like you got to
Holy,
do a 50-point turn.
that's awful. Yeah, it's one of the worst tracks to spin on ever because of that. Thank you, Franco. Appreciate you, bud. All right, we'll take it from here, and we go. We'll try that again. We'll do one more lap. You don't conquer the mountain, it conquers you. Yeah, you can pretty much just say goodbye to the competitors on the track. You gotta beat this thing before you beat anybody else. Whoever's idea it was to put a track here, I think it's a bad idea. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do it now.
Okay.
Whatever. Stupid wall. Stupid track. Nando, good to see you, man. No, I don't remember him, Fernando. I'm sorry. Alright, once we get past the start-finish straight, or the start-finish line, we'll have you take the lead, okay?
Okay. came in a little too fast there.
Okay. Whee! Oh, there's a wall.
Yep. Oh, and this new grass, when you get offline, holy cow. Like before I could use to save it somewhat, but now it's...
Oh, the new model, yeah.
Yeah.
It's some weird feelings. Definitely some new feelings with the physics, for sure.
Oop. All right, let's get her back on track here. Come on. Yeah, this running it on ×2 tire wear, it really eats into these tires a lot on here.
It does. You know, we were talking about that the other day. I do think you might be right, where the go-to tire for the duration of the race will be the mediums. I think you might be onto something there.
Yeah, because I think I'll probably only get, these tires will probably only last for half a tank.
Yeah, so you'll just be pitting way too many times in that way.
Yep.
An interesting wrinkle that they put in, going from ×1 to ×2 for this race.
Right.
Good turn one there. Car got a little loose on you there.
Yep, it did. And she got loose on me on that corner. It just come right back out on me.
Sure did. That's a really interesting spot for that to happen. Stinking dipper.
Boy, I'm just...
It's all right. Settle down. We're not trying to get our fastest laps here. We're trying to get what's comfortable right now.
Consistent. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I think that's what I got to realize too, is these tires are wearing, so I got to anticipate for that I got to slow down just a little bit more.
Good chicane there. That looked good.
See, I get a little iffy when it comes to on the front straight and off of it, because it's like you hit that crest, and I think that's what throws me off too, is because then if I'm on the gas, it just shoots the back end out.
Okay.
So I almost kind of wait till I'm over the crest before I get on the gas.
Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay.
I can wait up.
Yeah, I tell you what. Me and this track. Alright, I'm coming back. Exactly, Beanut. That's what we have. Me and this track, we have irreconcilable differences. Alright, let's go again. See if we can have a lap where there isn't some kind of incident.
Alright. Ooh, I didn't break enough.
We almost went flying off.
Yep.
Indeed.
And the dipper got me.
Yeah, I saw you ended up tight. You went over. You were on the left side there.
Yeah, I got a bad entrance into it all. Like you said, me coming into that top makes or breaks it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go ahead and exit out. And you get a fresh set of tires on.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a little spectating.
Okay.
While you go on this out lap, I'll tell you one of the main observations I've seen so far, which is quite revealing, I think. First, we'll get a good look at this Rockstar livery you have. This looks pretty sweet. It's a great livery for this car too. It looks awesome with all the angles.
Yep, it keeps that yellow and red scheme that they always got going on.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the main things that I saw is the fact that I'm catching you greatly in the braking zones.
Okay.
Which tells me you're overslowing the car, or even just getting too slow too soon, which is my favorite phrase and Polly's phrase. That would show up in turn 2 quite a bit, turn 1 and turn 2. Turn 3 as well, going down the hill. Turn 3, 1, 2, going up the hill rather. So that's all the turns going up the hill. We never really got a good run together going down here, but
Down the hill.
But I imagine the same type of thing is happening with this turn coming up as well.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna look at your braking, especially through those turns. I'm gonna see what's happening there to confirm what I suspect. Hey Mar, good to see you, bud. So that happened because we're over-rotating the steering on exit.
Okay.
You can, once you're on the throttle fully like that, have to open up the steering. That was a good turn. The million-dollar question. How are you liking the physics? I tell you what, I haven't been able to run much, but what I have run, I kind of like the feel of certain things. I have to retrain my brain on when to start braking for certain corners that I sort of have just muscle memory already doing it, you know?
I hate the grass.
Yep. Not a lot of grip there.
And there I got on the gas too late, but I think it's because I was coming into it wrong.
You were a little wide of the apex, so yeah, you couldn't have really gotten on the throttle early. You would have hit the wall, I think. Right, B-Nut, right, Amar, yeah. So I think that we're naturally going to be underestimating how much braking power the cars have, so we'll end up braking too soon most of the time. So yeah, it's going to take an adjustment. Hello, Joe King, good to see you, friend. Yeah, turning it more. I agree with the steering. Turning it more on exit seems to actually benefit. It hooks up better, the front tires. All right, here we go, full speed. I think we started braking a little late.
Okay.
And that kind of upset the rest of the sequence.
Sure. Didn't brake hard enough there.
Oh yeah, Ghost, okay. Comfortable on the controller. That's the thing, right, Amar? Now, you know, whatever settings you have for your wheel, you know, some of those kind of have to get adjusted. Feels like work. That's what it feels like. Feels like work.
think I'm getting back on the gas a little too late there. Come on.
Yeah, Ghost, I hear what you're saying. Worry about making it too easy. I don't really see that happening. I've heard some other people talk about it that way too, like it's made the game less precise. No, I think it's still a precise game. I think it's a different type of precision that we're gonna have to adjust to. So you got to be precise in new ways, basically, in different ways. Yeah, and I think BL, that's just people who like to complain. Based off what I've felt so far, I don't see it that way. That was a good turn. We want more of those turns right there, Squirrel.
Yep.
You should be up.
That one did feel good.
Drones comes in, says hi, Led in chat. You got this, Squirrel.
I do.
All right. Yeah, this will be the lap. We'll have a discussion after this lap is over, okay?
Sure.
Nice. Oh, a little late on the turn in, though.
Yep.
But everything else up to that point was really grand.
There you go.
Still purple. Even with that little mistake. All right, we'll cross the finish line. Nice, a low 207. Okay, let's take a moment here. So, stop spectating for a second. Okay. So, I think what we'll have you do is actually spectate me, okay? Spectate me for a moment. Let me know when you see me and all the display all the information.
Okay, we should be good.
All right. So what I'm seeing here is, if you look at my brake, the brakes here, the brake meter. So what I'm seeing is a lot of braking, 100%, and then a lot of braking that ends up right about here.
Okay.
And nothing in between.
So
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Because I've been working a lot at the easing into the gas when I come on, but that's what you're saying is I gotta do that in reverse for the brake, is I gotta slowly
Yeah.
release off of it in that fast time that it's happening.
You need more time on the brakes, and so I'll use these two corners here coming up as examples. So, everything about your entrance is correct. You're braking at the right spot. So what happens here is you begin braking right here. You begin braking fully. By the 50, you're still braking fully, which is right. By the turn-in point, you're still braking fully. So what I want us to consider is when we begin turning, this is when brakes need to stop being completely 100%, and we need to be more in this 80-90% range right here. Okay. What also happens right here is by this point, by this point, right at the beginning of the curve just about, by this point you're off the brakes entirely. And what this is doing is, the best way I could describe it is, and I mean no offense, but what it ends up being like is you brake, you turn, you let off the brakes, and kind of hope it all works out, if that makes sense. You're banking on, okay, I've braked just enough, I'm off the brakes now, and I'm ready to get on the throttle. And that could work sometimes. But if you're off on your speed by even, just a few miles per hour, you're not braking anymore. So you're just sort of, you've left it up to whatever the car is doing at that point for it to work out or not. And what really then, what is, what's the word I'm looking for? What is, what the result of that is, now when it's time, now you're right about here, let's say, you're beginning to get on the throttle, and you're full throttle, you're off throttle, you're full again, off maybe one more time, and then on again.
Okay.
Because you're trying to make sure that you don't go too wide on the exit.
Correct.
What you really want to be doing, and let's just sort of rethink the corner a little bit.
So I'm pretty herky-jerky in the corners.
Yeah, definitely. And it definitely doesn't have to be that way. So turn-in point. So we turn in, we're maybe just below 100%. We start to angle in. Now we're in the 50 to 70% range, let's say, right in here. That's where we want to be. Then, right about here, for this corner at least, it's uphill, so you're getting a little extra help with gravity. So maybe here you want to be in that 20 to 40% range of brake pressure. And what you're doing is you're using the brakes to put the car where it needs to be. You follow me with that? The brakes is your tool to place the car in the right spot on the track, rather than the brakes is a means of slowing down to hopefully get down to get slow enough to make the corner on exit. Instead, we're gonna use the brakes, and we're gonna use the entire range of the brakes at our disposal.
Okay.
To make sure that we get slowed up enough. So here's the second aspect of what I was seeing, is sometimes you're too heavy on the brakes, and you end up on full brakes for too long. Then you dive off like this, and you end up being too slow. Okay. Other times, and I would say for this one, you end up too slow for this corner most of the time, because you're on the brakes too heavy for too long.
Okay.
For the next one, it's the opposite. For the next one, you carry too much speed. So up here, we come through here, you brake. Let's see, you brake,
somewhere right in here.
Yeah, I like to use the tree on the left side there, up high. I like to begin braking just before that. So, once again, on the brakes, we hit the brakes, we're full brakes. That's correct. Need to be that. Braking in a straight line, that's good. Okay, and then we're still full brakes here. Now, what happens next is it's usually a really quick drop-off of the brakes once again.
Mm-hmm.
And then right about here, we let off the brakes entirely. And usually, I think maybe because you brake later, it ends up, you end up carrying too much speed. Because if you've noticed, you habitually miss this apex on the left.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I know the physics have changed, and I know the braking has changed to some degree. I know some people have said trail braking is like not even important anymore. I don't totally see that yet. I don't see it quite like that. I think trail braking and the full range of brakes is still necessary. Now maybe certain corners, maybe other tracks or cars, maybe that's going to be different. But in my experience, at least so far on this track, it's still required. So let me give you a more proper entrance for this one. So same deal. We brake at the same spot. We brake fully in a straight line up to this point. But we begin to turn in right here. And then as we turn in, we're braking in the 75-80% range, okay?
Okay.
Then we continue to brake all the way here. So now we're at 50 to 20%. And what we're doing is once again, we're using the brakes to put the car where we want it. We're in control of the car rather than letting go of the brakes and hoping it's all worked out, that we've done everything right. Okay?
Okay.
So what this does is it makes the transition from brakes to throttle much more consistent. And when you get on the throttle, you've slowed up enough so that you really don't have to lift on exit. So I'm going to exit, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate this a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
Won't be taking quite as much speed up the hill here because of the pit exit, but we'll do what we can. So what I really want you to do is watch the braking that I implement, and then the transition from that to throttle, okay?
Okay.
It's still fast, there's no doubt about that. These corners are quick, so...
Yep.
Oops, I overdid it that time. Alright, now when we go down the hill, the same thing applies, actually. Because if you're not using that little bit of brake pressure, you're putting yourself as a disadvantage. Cold tires. There we go. Okay. Same here. Gonna brake a little bit, then hard. Stay on the brakes until we get to the slowest point, and then we're off the brakes.
Okay.
Alright, and we'll go through the rest of these turns as well, so you can see it there. And this one too, it's a quick turn, but we'll still be implementing quite a bit of it. And let's do this one for good measure as well. Okay, any questions?
Okay. No, I think what you're getting at is, yeah, I got to start working the brake more like I work the gas, where I'm feathering into it when I get on, so I don't whip the back end around, and I got to do that as I'm braking, is letting off.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a great way to explain it, great way to understand it. Um, we're gonna try to take the lottery out of it, if you understand my meaning.
Yep. Yep.
We're gonna put more control in your hands, or in your feet, maybe is better said, and use the brakes to put the car where you want it, instead of use the brakes to slow down and the car is wherever it ends up being. It's a big difference.
Right.
Big
Yeah,
difference.
because I think you're exactly right. That is exactly how it feels when I'm coming into a corner and braking.
Yep.
Is that I'm hoping that it's where I want it.
Right. So I don't know that this will, fix itself overnight, but or in the space of a few hours, but let's see if we can't get you to feel that and practice that now. So the first thing I want to do
Right.
is we're going to spectate you. So let's spectate
Okay.
you, and I want you to just do a little brake drill with us, okay?
Okay.
Because sometimes what you feel and what is actually happening are two different things. So go ahead and park the car. Oops. I mean, park the car on the track, sorry.
Oh. Gotcha.
All right. So go ahead and hit the go ahead and push the handbrake in, so you just stay put. Okay. Now, I want you to go to 100% brake pressure, and I want you to gradually come off to 50%. Okay, so even that, try to go slower. Try to go slower than that.
Oh boy, that is very tricky.
That is, yeah, something's going on there. It should not be that tricky.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go as slow as I can.
Yeah, okay. How about go up to 50% and then slowly come down? Okay, you seem to have a little more control in that range.
Yeah.
Um,
Would it be because my brake is too stiff?
no, shouldn't be. You should. So, what is do you have a what's the in the calibration of the game, have you altered the percentage of what is 100% brake pressure at all?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever messed with that.
Let's double check. Can you send a share screen with us?
Yeah. Hang on. How
We
do
wa-
we
I,
do that?
I want to make sure. Go to our
Share screen.
yeah. Okay. All right. So, go ahead and yeah, you'll have to exit off the track, and then go to the top left. Yep. So
Options.
yep, options, controllers, and then the steering controller settings down and below. Oop, too far. There it is. Steering
Oh,
controller.
yeah, right here.
All right, without pushing the brakes, just go to pedal calibration.
Yep.
Okay, 100%. What I was making sure is that maximum wasn't significantly lower than that. So that's good. You are having the full range that should be there. But I think we probably need to retrain the muscles a little bit then.
Yeah.
So let's go back. I'm gonna exit the share screen now, and let's go back on track. Let's try and work this out a little bit.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Drone says, I'm certainly no coach, but I've found trail braking is still utilized, just far less exaggerated how you use it. Much easier and quicker, so to speak, in my opinion. Okay, good info there. a quicker maneuver now. Don't brake too early, too hard. You can definitely still trail brake. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, let's do this. Once again, get the push the handbrake and engage that, so you're staying put.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try. Here we're gonna replicate. We're gonna replicate the turn coming up here in slow-mo, basically. So get to 100%, very gradually, as you can, get to 50. Okay, and then sit there for a moment, and then come off the rest of the way. All right, do it again.
Yeah, it wants to drop real quick for me there.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? There's a...
So you have the V3s, right?
Yeah, and I do have that little red thing on the brake backed out some, so maybe if I put it back in, so it gives me a little bit more range.
Let's see what that does. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, that does give me a little bit, a little more. It still wants to fall off real quick, but then 75, and there I have a little bit more control coming down.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, that initial drop there is much less exaggerated. It like wants to drop to 80 or something like that.
Yeah, let me back it off a little more.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this looking more promising this way.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta be able to have the full range, you know. I find,
Yep.
you know, it's if it's not totally a muscle thing and it's a mechanical thing in the rig, then that's really important to work out.
Yep.
All right. Let's roll with that, and let's see what we can accomplish here.
Okay.
So, a slower drop off from 100%, and then I would say more time in the low range of that 20% brake pressure. Around there.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is I want you to focus on making sure you brake in such a way to hit every apex.
Okay.
Tires are probably chilly, but as well right now, but also for that little turn right there, turn after the tree.
Okay.
You're turning right before the tree. Let's try to turn after the tree there. Yep, so even for that right hand before the dipper, you were coasting with no brakes, so we want a little bit of brakes there. That was good. That was quite a bit better on the brake range there. Especially that last little bit. You were hanging out at like 10-15% just before the apex.
Yep.
BL, you are the queen of sprains. I think that's true. Maybe even the Queen of Concussions, although you haven't had one of those in quite a while. Okay.
Yeah, see, I gotta...
That time we did drop off pretty fast there from 100 to 50, yep.
Okay.
That was okay. When you slowed up, you were at the right speed and coasted. That worked out okay that time. Nielsen, good to see you, friend.
Yeah, it's just so... That's so... Such a different feeling. I'm really trying to work at that, and so now in my head it's almost like, well, because of the way I've been doing it, it's like, well, I gotta break sooner now, so that I can try and get that in there at the end. Yeah. I didn't let up on it soon enough.
That was good. You stayed in the 75 range for a bit.
Okay.
It's just that little bit because it as you're turning, you start to trail off the brakes, and it just adds an amount of grip to your tires. It makes a huge difference. Okay, good. You were at like 5% there for at the end. I like it. It was very little. That was good. Good. That's one of your best turns there. That's good.
Good.
Which camera view do you use?
I use the bumper cam.
All right. So you see no car, correct?
Correct.
All right. So we're gonna do another thing here in a little bit. That time you braked and turned, and that's a no-no there.
Yep.
Good. So that was properly slowing up before you get to the apex. Once you got on the throttle, it was time to accelerate. You didn't have to lift. Good.
Yeah, that turn I can hit pretty good, but yeah, this first half.
Oof.
Yep.
That's a good turn too. That's really well done.
Yeah, that one felt better that time.
Nielsen says we have a 30 burger. Thank you for the 30 likes, everyone. Appreciate you all.
Even that one felt pretty good that time.
Mm-hmm.
So there, I think I stayed on it too long.
Just a little bit, and that's why you ended up going up onto the curb. Yep.
Yep.
That's throttle. That was throttle too soon there.
Yep. Yep, I realized it once I got into it. Yeah.
Thank you, Upstate Nate. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy race B. Okay, we happen to be purple right now, too. That's good.
Yeah, and I did even tap the wall a couple times in here.
You're really slowing up better now before Apex is...
Okay.
Yeah, and firmly on the throttle, no lift once again. It's great. Ah, the stinking curb.
Break. Yeah.
Proto, good to see you, man. Yeah, there we're just jumping off the brakes too soon.
Yep.
And then because of that, on the throttle too soon. SD in the house. Good to see SD.
Yeah, probably came off it too quick there.
A little bit. Then the car slid some.
Yep.
Ooh, ooh. Good. What is this? Oh yeah, we had the trouble. All right, when we get to a certain point at the top of the mountain, I'm gonna ask you to stop. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Right here. Let's stop. Okay. So, the reason I'm asking you to stop here is you're actually fairly inconsistent going up the hill and cresting to the top of the mountain.
Okay.
If you can be consistent at minimally lifting or no lifting whatsoever, that's going to separate you from the pack in a huge way, especially for a 6-hour race. So the main thing I'm seeing that's contributing to inconsistencies maybe is something you don't expect. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to the view that you use. All right, so in order to set up for this right-hander, show me where you want to put the car at the turn-in point. Go ahead and move the car to that spot.
Oh. So I would think somewhere right in here, I think, is where I start.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like I'm turning in.
Right, but so I think you've noticed it, or maybe you haven't, but you mostly have to lift after you go past this apex.
Yep, I'm just maybe, yeah, it feels like I'm just coming off just a smidge, and then maybe just a smidge so I don't clip that wall.
Right, so let's back it up a little bit, back to the turn-in point. The other thing we do here at Learning with Lead is we challenge people at their backing up skills.
Yep.
Where's that tree? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's there. Where? There it is. Okay. Okay, so go right to the turn-in point.
Okay.
All right, so right there. Go ahead and stop. So when you slow it down, you're doing it properly. But in real time, when you're going full speed, you are not getting as wide as you actually could be. So, you know, your tires are represented by the tachometer and the speedometer, right?
Yep. Yep.
So most of the time you have... Go ahead and back up some. And stop right now. All right, so just park it there for a moment. So, yeah, this is proper. The back end of your car is just up against the wall, but most of the time you are either just on the white line or actually on the inside of the white line.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's happening here, and then I think you continue to maintain that type of distance from the walls throughout the entire portion of this uphill. And so while it might not seem like much, that is going to make a huge difference for your entrance angles and how well you're able to carry speed and how much lifting or not lifting you'll end up doing.
Sure.
So I think it's probably... I've watched you on the rest of the track. On the rest of the track, when there aren't walls right there, you're doing fine.
Yep.
You're as wide as you need to be. And that's perfect. But I think maybe the walls are maybe sort of making you squish the track a little bit narrower than it actually is. So that's another thing that I think we need to work on for this part. So why don't you go ahead and exit to the pit and then hop back out. Get freshly warmed tires, and let's work on that a little bit. It's harder to control the exits, you know, of where you end up with a car, but all entrances are totally up to you and where you put the car. So let's make sure we're doing that as wide as we possibly can. And you might find by doing that, you'll have to lift a whole lot less going through the uphill section. And then when we get to the top of the mountain as well. Yep, that's good right there. Good.
So I was still too far out there.
A little bit. Not too bad. Not as bad as some other times, but let's keep doing it. All right, that's an okay mistake. I like it. Here you're also very narrow. Yep, you're narrow right there. You need to be over by that curb.
That's kind of what I figured when you said that I was not using all of the track limits.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there probably is a couple other spots. So right on top, when we peak and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it again when we get up there.
Yep.
Open lobby after? I don't think so. I think today we're gonna just be doing the Learn with Lead. I'm not really even gonna do any races afterwards either. Nice. It's work, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It's a lot coming at me here, and I'm trying to suck it all in.
Yeah. All right, let's try it. Good. No lift necessary. Yep. All right. Keep it nice and wide. Good. And then wide here. Yep. Still too narrow there.
Okay.
It's like we exit, we get close to the wall, and then we want to get away from the wall, and that's really not what we want to do. We want to get close to the wall and then stay right there. Hey there, Portal. Good to see you, friend. you feel your way up the hill like Braille. Wow. That is very descriptive. That says a lot right there in very few words. Alright, so what was very good about last time going up the hill is you didn't lift at all. And with the tires as fresh as they are, that's exactly how it should be. Nice. Decent. Yeah, much better entrance that way. Sets the whole thing up.
Yep.
Nice and wide there.
Too wide.
we missed the apex that time. Yep.
Yep. See, like what it almost seems like too through this downhill right there is I just get on it, and then sometimes I just like ride the brakes through there halfway, 50% or so. But
Yeah.
that too, it seems like it slows me down too much. Like I gotta do more, like you said, a little stab here, a little stab there, and then another stab.
Yeah, it's very much, if you think about the first part, you turn right, stab on the brakes, turn, lift off the brakes, straighten on the brakes, turn, lift off the brakes, and then you're at the right turn before the dipper, and then it's kind of all about how much you've slowed up at that point.
Right. Yeah. But by doing it that way, it seems like you lose less speed then.
I think so, yeah. I do. Alright, let's do it again. Also, if anyone else is watching and you're interested in a Learn with Lead for yourself, you can certainly reach out to me to get one scheduled up. Oops. I'm not oh my goodness, there we go. I can type.
Oops.
That should work, right? I thought it did. Maybe not. Well, you can reach out to me at PSN, LeadPencil2017, or on Discord. You can direct message me. I think the wait is up till October at the moment, so even if you sign up now, it'll be like a month and a half before your turn comes up. That command should have worked. And I'm loving these GTEC focused Learn with Leads. They're a lot of fun.
It has been so far. I've learned a lot that I'm doing wrong. So
Yeah. Okay. Next thing we're gonna work on. Let's give you a break and swap spots here. I'm gonna go out onto the track. Let's go ahead and spectate me.
Yep.
There's one last glaring thing that we gotta deal with, okay?
Okay.
Gotta get there first. But I'm sure you won't be surprised. Okay. So, I mean, I know this whole part is very tricky, but I can see you're, you know, whatever happens there, you're much more consistent at keeping the car tight to the right. So that's step number one with the dipper. The trouble we're having now is turning early enough to go down the dipper.
Okay.
So, I don't know if the car's going to do this. You're turning about with this yellow barrier on the right.
Yep.
And that's too late. What it's putting the car right around here.
Yeah, it is.
And that's costing you probably as much as 2 to 3 tenths going down the hill, okay?
Yep.
So we need to make our turn-in point much earlier. So, you know, you're on the brakes here, or perhaps you're on the throttle, and right at the, if you can see,
end of the curb there.
End of the curb on the right, that's your turn-in point.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that only works. Remember, that only works if you've kept it tight to the right. If you haven't kept it tight to the right, then, you know, nothing's going to work very well.
Right.
Basically, but if you've done that right, you turn in right there. You get the weight shifted to the right side of the car. Now you're able to come through here. Now you're not on the throttle yet. You're going to let the car just come down, compress with the dipper, and then you're on the throttle right about here after that initial compression takes place. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's work on that next.
Okay.
We spectate you. lot of things at this track.
But there is. That's that's why this is the one I wanted to do out of any of them.
Mm-hmm. Because it's such a narrow track, whatever weaknesses or habits that you have on other tracks might not show up so terribly.
Yep.
But it will here, because it's an unforgiving track.
A little too much. Okay, that felt better. I definitely took that wider.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, and I botched that up. All right. Oh.
I think most people in here actually right now are former Learn with Lead guests, which is pretty cool. You guys are showing up strong, supporting our man Sqirrel here. This is great.
Yeah.
Another cool thing that's happening is our buddy Arrow, who is going to be in, going to be trying to qualify for the NRL coming in the fall. He's asked for actual Speed Force Academy coaching on Tuesdays to prepare for that, which is pretty neat. So I like the event-specific stuff that we're doing here. It's pretty cool. I actually have a video planned. I want to get it out while we're away on vacation. I don't know if... Oh, goodness. Well, I tell you what. You got it. You got wide. And
Yep.
and I like that mistake. That's a good one for what we're trying to do. So good stuff. There are such a things as good mistakes.
Yep.
And that's one of them.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a video planned about being in racing leagues and how to approach it, what to focus on, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, your tires are nice and dirty.
Yeah.
All right, I know we've had issues so far, but we still haven't turned in at the right spot on the dipper
Yep.
yet. So let's make sure we're getting that. Turn in there so you can straighten the exit as much as possible.
I got you.
Steven says, "There's the limit." There it is. We found it. I love it.
Yeah. I'm getting a better feel for that of lifting off on the brakes slower.
Slower. Yep, a slower lift off the brakes. So that was, yeah, just not quite enough time on the brakes that time.
Yeah, I think I got on. It felt like I got on them late.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. Didn't quite get the turn in right. We didn't lift enough. Oh my gosh. Okay, it worked. All right, let's nail it. Oh, it's gonna be tough.
And then I got a bad bounce. Ooh.
But you can still, yeah. So you can still bring it back, and we still need to turn earlier. Gotta get those left tires over the line.
Yep.
Yep. You might have been able to make it. That was close. Might have been able to make it without lifting.
Yeah, it got in the back of my head there. And
Yes.
And I just was like, I don't want to screw up.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, let's get this part nailed up here.
All right, let's get this turn in point. Closer.
Okay, it felt better. Like it flowed through there better.
It did. You're probably, right now you're probably a car length or more ahead of where you typically are at this point after the dipper.
Okay.
Let's do it one more time. And then we'll give you a break. And do something that I think is necessary specifically for the event. So we'll get to that next.
Okay.
There's Stream Elements with Learn with Led. There you guys go. If you're looking for a session yourself, you can listen to Stream Elements there. Reach out to me on PSN or DM me on Discord. Be happy to get you scheduled up for your own Learn with Led. Also do offer coaching. Man, I can't spell today. Ooh, that was right on the edge. Let's go.
It was. Oh my.
So, yeah, when you're carrying that much speed, you're gonna have to lift earlier.
Oh, now it came down through there. Okay. Yep.
All right. Yeah, you got to feel what fast was up at the top there.
Yeah.
A little out of control. Yeah, the guys in chat are asking a good question, Squirrel. When you're going through a corner,
Yep.
do you know where you're looking, where your eyes are pointing? Like right here.
That's good. Good question. So let's go back here. So at the top there, when you start coming into it, I'm looking pretty straightforward. But then I would say when I'm halfway down, then I'm starting to look through that next corner. Because I get my whole body into it too, you know,
Okay.
in my chair. I'm leaning into these corners and I'm looking through it, you know. So right now I'm looking straight. Now I was starting to look through the corner, and then where I want to come out.
So are you looking once you get to the apex, are you looking for where the car is going to be on exit?
More where I want to go. So like I'm already looking as far right as I can. Now I'm straightened out. I'm looking at that next corner where I need to angle up at.
Okay.
Looking. Well, here you really can't look too much through the corner because
it's blind. It's a little bit blind there. Yep.
And then, you know, here I'm just trying to keep to the right, looking through that corner till I can see where that end is. But I'm trying to look as far down the track as I can.
Good.
Like, cause there for a while I'm like, what is going on? And that's when I realized that I was not looking at where I needed to be. Cause I'd come on and I'd be like, man, this seems all weird. But I was looking just above my tack there.
Yeah.
And then a couple laps in, then I start looking out further. I'm like, okay, it feels different now.
Chris Wood's hilarious. He says, I just want to say no more lessons for people possibly in my races led for GTEC. All right.
I have a feeling they're gonna move me up to split 6 this week or next weekend. So.
All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you a break. Go ahead and spectate me now. So I have switched to the medium compound.
Okay.
As this very well could be, I think very likely is going to be the primary compound for the race. You have to use all three, right? But
Now here's a question for you, because like I'll be doing some daily races, and we'll do C where you got to change the tires.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I can't always sometimes get as fast as a lap as I do with the mediums. Like I'll put the mediums on and they're pretty much, I'm running the same as what I was with the softs.
Yes.
So what would be causing that then I'm not as fast with those softs?
So here's the thing. So the only way, this is how I would describe it, the only way you're going to get the most out of a softer compound of tire versus a harder compound is if you're at the limit of grip. So if you actually aren't, if whatever compound you're using, if you're not at the limit of grip, then it doesn't really matter what compound you have.
Okay.
You're probably going to be running kind of similarly. So if you're on the edge of grip, well, then that's gonna translate to different speeds because of how sticky the compound of tire is, right? Now, you say this, oh goodness, yeah, I've experienced the same things where sometimes I'm not as fast. I'm not faster on the softer compound, and that's what I've come down to, where it's just I'm not I'm not really on the edge of grip like I need to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So if through these corners, let's use this corner coming up as an example, okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna make up some numbers.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
not,
fine.
but all right. So let's say entering this corner, you're at the braking marker here. You come in through here, and let's say the medium tires can handle, let's say 75 miles per hour to the apex.
Mm-hmm.
Medium's got it all day long. They can just do it. And I mean, after time they'll degrade and you won't be able to take as much, but pretty much once you get to 76, 77, 78, the tires are going to start to say, we're going to slip now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say the softs are capable of 80 miles per hour through the apex. Well,
Okay.
what happens if you aren't actually using the softs to their highest potential through this corner? What if you habitually are just in the 75 mile per hour range no matter what? So you're not at the edge of grip, therefore you're not gaining the advantage that the softer compound would give you. So that's what I mean. And this comes with, I mean, it really comes with experience and practice to be able to feel and gauge the amount of grip you have in a corner, to be able to get the most out of that softer compound. The other reason that it could be is you're just flat out underestimating what the tire will do.
Sure.
You do something that's comfortable, which is fine, but the tire's actually capable of doing more than that.
Okay.
Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a little bit of testing. I haven't done any medium yet.
Yeah, I've done a little work with them.
It's a challenge, all right. Nando's a member for 9 months. Thank you for supporting us there, Nando. Appreciate you, bud. A 9-month stud. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm seeing right there. We probably need to brake earlier for that one. That's the second time I've gone deep. RL, good to see you, man. Thank you for smacking that like button. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, I think a little bit earlier braking there as well. Oops, that was a miss. Oh, that was close.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, gotta be earlier braking on the for Forest Elbow as well. The other flowy parts, I don't feel, you know, not too much braking is going on, but these bigger braking zones, definitely back the braking marker up some. Just get on the brakes a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Let's see about this one. Hey there, Ace. Good to see you, man. I think I broke too early that time. Let me go one more lap here.
Yeah, no, go for it.
This way you're also seeing some of the things we've talked about in practice.
Yep.
It's a 40 burger. Thank you for the 40 likes, everybody. Appreciate you all. I could go for a burger. Don't get on the curb. That's the one I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that turn. It doesn't like me. I'm sure of it. Granted, I am pushing pretty much my max, so.
Sure.
Wouldn't be doing that for 6 hours.
Yeah, I have a lot of feeling people are gonna meet Barry R out there.
Multiple times, right?
Yep. So what I gotta work on, I think, is slowing it down even more, because I think I'm trying to take that dip with too much speed.
Yeah, you should be,
I forgot to look how fast you were going.
I think you need to be, I might mess it up by 10 miles per hour. I feel like you need to be at, like, 60?
60.
Maybe. We'll look again. Don't do it. Okay, 60 through there.
Okay.
Let's see about this other one. Goodness gracious. Stinking curbs. Little lift there. Bigger lift here. Yeah, just above 60.
Yep.
Missed the apex some. Made me late on the throttle. A little anxious there on the throttle, a little too much. Almost got it turned enough for that to work. Okay, so
Nice.
thank you. So, a couple things to reiterate here.
Okay.
On the mediums, definitely just back the braking points up for the bigger braking zones like this one, then going down the hill, then for Forest Elbow. And when you're spectating right now, are you spectating in bumper cam?
Yep.
Okay, so I just want to reiterate those wide points on the track that we want to be when we're entering. So this is the first one right here. Make sure we're over this white line.
Yep.
Setting up for this one. Getting through here. Okay, then the next one, important right here. We're gonna get over the white line, turn just after the tree. And then one of the things too, you're on the throttle, make sure it's better if you straighten and just graze this curb as well. Right here, okay? Sometimes you end up a little narrow and you don't need to be there. All right. Probably most improved entrance is this one, I think, where you're getting way over here.
Yep.
You'll find this is one curb that you do want to clip because it actually helps to rotate the car. Then your momentum carries you out here, and go ahead and stay out here. Be right here. So you're gonna lift just before you get onto the curb. Make sure sometimes you've turned a little late because of this crest right here.
Okay.
If you wait to turn after this crest, it's kind of too late. So make sure when you lift before the crest, and you turn to the left. Lift, turn. At these slow speeds, it doesn't matter, but when you're coming at 130 or whatever it is there, that's a big difference. Okay, and then yeah, for here, brake, off brake. Straight brake, off brake. Straight brake, off brake, keep it tight. And turn at the end of the curb there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, doing that the same every time is just going to make a huge difference in making this comfortable. I just want you to take a look as well. Look at the proper line and where that puts the car. You're almost pointed to the exit there. But if you end up where you have been on many occasions,
is way there.
You're way here, and at the same spot on the track, you're pointed at that wall. So that means you can't get on the throttle as early, because if you do, you still have to turn so much. That's going to add the possibility of losing the car through there. Okay?
Yeah, or I gotta tap the brake to help rotate it a little.
Yes, exactly. I'd say you've been doing pretty well with this corner as well. This has been really good. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I need a little more work, but yeah, we've been doing okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, and then for this one, we just brake a little bit earlier with the mediums. Let's see. Yeah, we brake instead of at the S. I think we brake a little more like the GN area right here.
Okay.
I think that makes it more comfortable. Hey there, Sparkles. Good to see you, friend. All right, so we could do another 10 to 15 minutes of you practicing if you wanted to get on the mediums and feel that would work.
Yeah.
And then we can wrap it up.
Okay. Let's see. Change tires. Okay.
All right, on the mediums.
Yep.
Here we go. All right, then once we're done with, after another 10-15 minutes, we'll basically summarize everything that we've talked about. I'll have some homework for you as well.
Oh, good.
But it's good. You have plenty of time.
Yep.
Between now and the Bathurst race, so.
Oh. Yep.
While you're on this out lap, are you going to be streaming your GTEC races?
Yeah.
Very cool. So you heard that, friends. If you haven't subbed up to Sqirrel yet, I got his link right there pinned to chat. So please click on that link. Even say hello. That link takes you to his stream right now, actually. And give the man a sub, please.
Yes, please. Boy, you can really tell the difference with these mediums. It does feel, well, they're probably still cold, but
yeah, they're probably chilly.
They do feel a little slick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm. It's an adjustment.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, screen froze. Thank you for letting me know. I will fix it. We're back. All right, first hot lap here.
Yep. Chris says there was cake here, he was told.
Yeah, he's right. I'm sure you have cake over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're awesome. You're awesome, Chris. We love you, man. You're too much fun. Very narrow there.
Yeah.
Very narrow.
And that's, yep, I didn't let it float out enough.
BL's baking brownies. Oh no, that's dangerous.
See, I think that's my problem coming into that downhill is I'm angling it, but I'm not angling it enough because I think I should be coming closer to that curb or turn on the right side.
On the right
there.
side, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, it all starts there at the top coming down that thing, and if I ain't getting it right there.
Yep, you make it much more possible for things to kind of go screwy.
Yep.
On the downhill. That's a good turn.
Yep.
That was a good turn as well. Another good turn.
Okay. So, yeah. Super.
I really think like all of those, you know, that amount of braking that you're putting in there, it's quite right. And you're purple coming out of turn 1. Let's go. Little bit longer on the brakes needed that time. Okay, be nice and wide. Nice and wide. Too wide.
Too wide.
Apparently, Chris will accept brownies as well, BO.
There we go. That was a little better. Ooh, and then...
Too late.
Oh, that slowed me.
Too late on the
Yeah.
brakes. I saw your brake point. It was... You were late by probably a car length or more. Remember, for the beginning of the downhill, it's the sign overhead. That's your reference. We want to be braking at, or probably now with the mediums before that.
Ooh, she almost came around on me there.
Yeah, she went wee. You have traction control set at 1?
Yeah, it's at 1.
That's what it looked like. It doesn't activate too often.
Yeah, I kept it at 1 just for this because I just want that little reassurance.
Yeah, I don't mind it, especially for a 6-hour race.
Yeah.
My goodness, BL. You're making everybody jealous. Little early on the throttle. The entrance was good.
Yep.
We just needed to be a tad patient there.
Okay, let's get this right.
Yeah, we still ended up. We still.
The curb.
Yeah, we still ended up narrow on the entrance. We weren't all the way over to the left like we could have been.
Yeah.
Okay, brought it back though. You got your left tires onto the white, so that gets you back on the racing line for the rest of this downhill. So that's good. It's a good correction.
Because I could really feel it. Because I'm like, just tapped on the brakes there too late at the end, but it hooked me up where I needed to be and got that, and that felt good coming out of there.
Get after it, SD. I'm guessing you picked Ferrari for manufacturers.
Yeah, I did.
Very cool, SD. Danny Marshall, good to see you, friend. Set it up. Yeah, we are. So you're lifting after you touch the curb. Gotta be lifting before you get to the curb.
Okay. Hello.
I distracted you as well, so.
Yeah, no, it's alright. One of these times I'll make it down this hill.
Oof. Hmm.
Too fast. Coming off the brake too fast there.
Hey there, Max. How's it going? You're from Ohio, but brother lives in Thurmont, Maryland. I'm not sure I know where that is. I will look. Oh, interesting. North of Frederick. That looks like a nice area. I do not live in a nice area like that. Cool stuff, though. That's, what? That's about hour and a half away from me. Pretty fun. Yeah, that's good. Yes. Now there's more speed. Watch out. Alright, good. You settled it down. Little late on the turn
just
in.
a little late.
Yep.
Yep.
Good luck, Danny. Alright, it's the quickest lap so far on the mediums. Okay, well done. Yeah, nice. Ooh, lifty, lifty. Oh yeah, we're sending it. All right, watch out. This is gonna be rough. Just clipped the white line. All right. You held your breath that whole time, didn't you?
Yeah. And I'm still holding it.
Can't be good for us if we do that.
Right.
Going down the whole hill, not breathing. Oh, goodness. Nice entrance there. BL says she forgets to breathe too.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay. Maybe a couple more laps here.
Sure, sure. You gotta brake harder. I don't think I was on. I don't think I was on it all the way.
You did not. Yeah, you didn't get to 100% at any point. And we're still coming with some speed. Good. Well done that time. Yeah, finish it off with the turn-in. That's the fastest you've taken that part. Well done. Faster than any of the times on the softs, too. And you can breathe again. Hmm. Gather it back up. All right, one more lap. Here we go. That's 3 laps also, all within 0.6 of each other, so that's pretty good.
That's not bad for everything that I've been learning here today.
Mm-hmm. That's wide. I think the wall actually helped you that time.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna be narrow.
Yeah.
Ah, clip the inside.
I clipped it.
All good.
That's all right.
That was some good consistency though.
Yep.
Obviously, you need to do it more than 3 laps in 6 hours, but that's all right there, dude. That's really good.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it was going the other night. Was every 5th lap I'd set a fastest time, then I'd have a bad one, and then I'd slowly work my way back up to that. It was like it was seeming like every 5th lap I would tap the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we'll wrap this up with a bow here. Good work today, Squirrel. You put in some good time, and you deserve a break now for sure. Let's go over. So I'm gonna sum up the things that we talked about today.
Sure.
And you may want to write these down, and then I have some homework for you beyond that as well. So we talked about a lot of different things, but we're just gonna sum these things up here for you. We'll talk about the mentality of braking and decelerating. So I want us to think of braking not just to slow the car down, but to put the car exactly where it needs to be in order to get on the throttle as early as possible. You know, and this is in contrast to getting on the brakes, slowing down, letting go of the brakes, and hoping it's all going to work out, basically.
Right.
So we don't want to be like that. We want to be the driver that's in control and using the brakes to control the car that way. Okay? So that's the first thing, mentality on the brakes. Second is really continue to work on that braking range between 100% and 50%. So It definitely showed up better here towards the latter half of our session today. But that's definitely a habit. You know, if it really is just in your muscle memory, then really going to have to work on that to make your braking better. So because basically, you know, by not really staying in that range for at any time whatsoever, when that happens, you lose that initial amount of grip that happens when you initiate the turn. And then what you're asking the car to do then is try to grip up right before the apex, and that's it. And it's not going to do it, and you're not going to be able to get on the throttle as soon that way. So definitely work on that. Be mindful of it. Do the exercises before you practice. Before you do a practice of any sort, whether it's a league race or a daily race, whatever, just spend a little time sitting on the track. Do that little drill for yourself to try and gain that as part of your natural braking habit, okay?
Yep.
All right. Third, make sure you're using all the width of the track, specifically on corner entrance. So not so much when there aren't any walls, but when there are walls involved, make sure that you're putting the car all the way as wide as it can go. That's going to help a lot, especially on this track at the top of the hill. And then as you're practicing, this is more Bathurst specific, but biggest thing I can tell you is make sure you're staying tight to the right before the dipper, and make sure you're turning in early enough for the dipper. Gotta shift that weight as early as you can before you actually go down the dipper, okay?
Yep.
Now, for homework, I want you to watch my clip that I sent you of my, I did a 204.4 in the softs, I think, that I sent you. So
Okay.
study that for some homework, specifically for this event, right?
Yep.
Now, the second thing that I want you to work on, have you seen my, I have 3 videos on corners, on cornering techniques. Have you seen any of those?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm going to put those in the stream here. It's a playlist on my channel, so all 3 of them are there. So there's that playlist with the 3 videos in chat. So I think for you, the third one is probably the most important. I actually have in that video, I have a side-by-side of comparing me with a slow lap, which was like a top 2000 lap, compared to my fastest lap, which was a top 500 lap. And I go and break down the differences, and it has everything to do with how long you're on the brakes, waiting for the car to rotate, and all of that. So there's that one. But I encourage you to watch all 3 over the next few weeks, because while my lap that I sent you for Bathurst is very this track specific, the other videos obviously are more general, and so they'll be able to provide you some insight for any track basically. So that's the idea there. All right. Any other follow-ups or questions for me?
No, I think we're pretty good. I mean, I definitely learned a lot here. You know, I knew it was something with the way I was taking my corners. So, but yeah, thank you a lot for pointing those flaws out so that I can actually start working on it. What I can't see, you know.
Right. Yeah, for sure. The pencil's officially sharpened, Polymazda says. Ghost Metal, you did great, Squirrel. Yeah, he did. You put in some good work today. That was not an easy day. Any multiple hour session of practice at Bathurst is not easy. That's just the way it is. All right. So a couple things here. We're going to give you access to our Learn with Lead bumper stickers. Let's go. see. You are the SQ in Discord. There you are.
Yep.
Let's grant you the access. And then let's take you here. You, sir, are the 85th Learn with Lead guest.
Awesome.
That's a lot of stinking people, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You've got access to those now. There's also a tutorial on how to get, if you don't know how to get them onto your cars in GT7, there's a video there that shows you how to do that as well. All right. Next thing is we're waiting on the trophy from BL. See when she gets that up. Usually she has it up by now. She's really, she pounces on that sucker. Error on the trophy will need to be fixed. Okay, the littlest pencil, I like that, wanted the trophy on a marble pedestal. Okay, we're going to click on it. It is thinking.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Very cool. All right, let's go look at it together. You've already clicked on it, it sounds like. Here we go.
Yep.
Ah, very cool. Hey. Oh, there's some fun things there. The squirrel going up the telephone pole.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Wisconsin in the background. She listens closely, doesn't she? With the
yes, she does.
With the no drinking sign there. Good stuff. BL, thank you for that. Our little lurker that we got to know better, loved his story. Will he be ready for Bathurst? The consensus from those watching was he was doing great on the mountain. Advice from Mama Pencil, with love, stay away from anything that gets you into trouble. Well, thank you, BL. That's good. That's some good motherly advice. She can't help herself, so that makes sense. Thank you, BL. All right, my friend. Well, that gets us to the end of our session together. A little bit of an extended one today, but you know, Bathurst kind of makes that part of the deal. I think it makes it happen. So, but great job today. I'm sure we'll see you on a track or chat really soon.
Yep. So,
thank you, friend. And anyone who hasn't subbed up to him, click on the link there. Go say hi. Sub up to him on the link there. He'll be streaming all of his GTEC races and so forth. So it's going to be good stuff. All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, Squirrel. We will see you soon, bud.
Yeah,
bye
you
now.
too. You have a good one.
You too. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. We all put in the work there
All
today,
right,
didn't
guys.
we? Good stuff.
I think that's where we're gonna call it too. We'll be back
works out.
on later again around
Now see, there we go.
7 o'clock.
All right.
And then we will
great
do
work, BL. Great
the
work,
manufacturers. Thanks,
Squirrel.
Rusty. It's a tough one out here today.
Why does it say no beverages?
A lot of learning.
Yeah, she doesn't
lot
understand.
on my
That's
braking
fine.
that
Hey
I
there,
gotta
Dubs.
do.
Good to see you, man. The latecomer. Yeah, a little bit.
Really
It is
excited
going to do
to
it for me.
keep
I
practicing
have
it.
family time to spend, and as we're getting ready for the vacation coming up, I'm also hungry.
But, all right,
and
guys.
if it's not raining too hard, I'm going to go for a run.
I'm gonna head out. We'll see you
I
back
need my
later today
exercises.
around 7 o'clock for the
Yeah, it just says
manufacturers.
mostly cloudy right now. Is that right?
All right.
Mostly cloudy.
If I don't
Let's
see
go.
you before,
Gonna get on
hopefully
a
we'll
run.
see you out on the
Let's
track.
do it.
Bye.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for me. Can't really stay any longer. I know sometimes we do some things afterwards, but schedule dictates that I do not. So, but that should be better now. Thanks for letting me know, Polly. I got here in time to hit that like button. That's right. Hey, we appreciate that as well. So yeah, we will be on vacation next week, but we will be here Monday. I'll be off on Monday, so format might be a little different. I might not do all my practicing during the stream itself. I think I might do some of that earlier. We'll see. I might just sleep. And everything will be the same. But I don't want to stay up too late on Monday night because I'm gonna have to leave kind of early on Tuesday. So, but on Monday, we will definitely see you. It's going to be a great time. We're going to do the Monday thing. What do we got? We got a topless. What did I see? A topless and what else? Oh yeah, Sanqual Layout B. Be interesting to see what ends up happening there. Be good stuff. All right, my friends, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting our guests today. It means a lot to see us kind of come together. A lot of you former Learn with Lead guests all coming in as well. Remember, if you want to do a session yourself with me, just like this, you can reach out to me at PSN or Discord. Say that you want a session. I can get you scheduled up. If you want to take it to the next level and join Speed Force Academy, that is our coaching sessions on Tuesday. Not streamed, they're private. You can go to this link and see the more details of it, and the sign-ups and the slots to sign up are also there on that website. BL's got to go make brownies. I got to go get some exercise in. Appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. I love you all like crazy. Not a thing you can do to change my mind. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.